Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG, and today we've got more leaks for Lord of the Rings and lots of information on serialized cards and where to find them and how many there will be inside the set. This is going to be pretty interesting, probably kind of sweet, so we're going to have to check into it. So don't forget to subscribe, try and get to 1,000 peeps. Without further ado, let's run it down because this might take a second. So to start off with, our first card is we have You Cannot Pass. This is a 1 white instant destroy target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. It's an uncommon, not the greatest thing. Probably won't see a whole lot of play, but it will be cool if you do some drafting. Next, we have another uncommon. We have Golem Patient Plotter or Patient Plotter. Black and 1 for a 3/1. We've seen this one already. When he leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you. A black, sacrifice a creature, return golem to the battlefield from your hand. Very interesting. The whole ring tempts you thing is going to be an interesting mechanic once we finally get a chance to see it. So yeah. Next we have Reprieve, a white and 1. Return target spell to its owner's hand, draw a card, uncommon instant. This is insane. This is a white counter spell. And the reason I say that, it says return target spell. Now, it can't get permanents, but when you cast something, you can use this to put it back in someone's hand, and you get to draw a spell. And this thing is white. That's just absurd. This is all kinds of color pie wrongness. We already had something like this called Unstable. It was a blue and 1, done the exact same thing, but you could also get creatures and something else, but it also did spells. So you could get some things when they were in play, but anything when it was coming into play. But it didn't draw a card, and it was blue, because that's what blue does, bounce and counter. Yeah, this is crazy insane that they're going to put this. Thank God it's going straight into the Eternal formats. Next, we have Samwise, the Stouthouted. I can't even say it. White and 1 for a 2/1 flash. When he enters the battlefield, choose the 1 target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand, then the ring tempts you. So again, this is going to be a great card for 2 that's going to let you save something that goes to the graveyard from the battlefield. I think this will probably see some play. And definitely if there's a ring tempting mechanic that becomes very good, this will be an easy player just because it's flash, it tempts the ring, it gives you a creature, it's cheap. It's going to be very interesting. I'm really excited to see what the ring tempts you thing is. Next, we have the Shire Land. Legendary land enters the battlefield tap unless you have a legendary creature. It taps for a green. For green and 1, tap a untapped creature you control, create a food token. Interesting, rare, not the best. I mean, it's on flavor, so I still don't see it getting a lot of play just because it comes in play tapped almost all the time, and you get food out of it. It only taps for a green. We've seen a lot better. Next we have Lauren Brooch. So this is Trailblazer's Boots. So this is going to be very interesting. We have 2 colorless. Equip creature has non-basic land walk, and he equips for 2. Very interesting reprint. This is an older card. Doesn't see a whole lot of action, but it is a commander card because nobody plays mono in commander for the most part. And the odds of you running into a mono player who doesn't have some kind of non-basic land is pretty thin. But it's okay, I guess. All right, next we have Frodo, Sauron's Bane. 1 white for the 1/2. So we already covered this one. Hybrid mana, black, white twice. He becomes a citizen, base power 2/3 and lifelink for 3 black. If he's a scout, which is what you get from the previous one, he becomes a rogue, which whenever the creature does combat damage, that player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times this game. Otherwise, the ring tempts you. So again, another card that works off ring tempting. So this particular one, you want to get the ring to tempt you so that you can then just win the game with this card. Very interesting alternate win mechanic. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out and what else, like I said, the ring will tempt with. We have Mount Doom, Legendary Land, Mythic. Tap, pay 1 life, add a black or a red for a black, red, and 1 tap. Doom deals 1 damage to each opponent. Black, red, and 5. You can sacrifice Mount Doom and a legendary artifact. Choose up 2 creatures, then destroy the rest. Activate only as a sorcery. I mean, this is probably a commander card at best. I don't see it doing a whole lot of anything else, just because it's got way too many drawbacks and doesn't seem as powerful as it should be. 7 mana to get that last effect is probably too much. This is probably a commander card. Alright, moving on. Next we have Tom Bombadil's here. And that's right, he's one of every color. He's part of the Painbow, so we'll be seeing him in a lot of those Painbow decks. He's a God Bard, a 4/4. As long as there are 4 or more lore counters among sagas you control, Bombadil has hexproof and indestructible. Very interesting. Whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a saga card. Put that card onto the battlefield, the rest on the bottom of the library in random order. This ability only triggers once each turn. Sweet Mother of God. This is going straight into the Zika decks, the God Tree, the whole 9 yards with sagas and so forth and so on. But yeah, this sounds like Tom getting jiggy with it by just doing some random stuff. But I think this could be probably a pretty popular card. I'm gonna guess about $20. It's gonna see some play. All right, we have Sauron, the Lidless Eye. We have a red, black, and 3 for a 4/4. When the Lidless Eye enters the battlefield, gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste. For a red, black, and 1, creatures you control gain +2/+0 till the end of turn. Each opponent loses 2 life. Even if it didn't steal something, which it does for 5 mana, the ability to just run 3 mana into it, make it a +2/+0, whether or not you hit them with it, and the opponent just loses 2 life, is phenomenal. Again, an amazing commander card like most of these, because it says each opponent. So, yeah, you're going to put 3 mana into this, and if you're playing with 4 people, you're going to zap 3 damage, or a total of 6 damage of life lost across all the opponents. Pretty crazy, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a highly decorated commander card. Next we have, that's right guys, these are the Soul Rings from the commander deck. These things just look sexy. We have the Elven one over here, looks good. We have the Dwarven one, we have the Human one, and we also have them in the language of Lord of the Rings. These are amazing. I like the art. I'm not saying I'm going to probably go hunting them down per se, but if I pick up a couple out of a few packs, I'm not going to be sad. Do notice though, these Soul Rings are mythics, unlike the normal Soul Rings, which are uncommons. So these are going to be alternate art, unlike the regular arts, so they'll be harder to get, which is why they're mythics. And I think they'll probably command a pretty decent price. I'm going to say probably they'll sell around $5 just because there's just so many Soul Rings. So, moving on. Then we have the One Ring. That's right, this bad boy here is the One Ring. We had some spoilers on this earlier to show you what this actually does. But the thing about this one is, notice this is ring 1 of 1. That's right, there's going to be a serialized card that is 1 of 1. The ultimate chase card in this set. A serialized 1 of 1 card. Oh my god. This thing is going to be worth a small fortune to whoever gets lucky enough to pull this thing. May the force be with all of us. And I hope it's me. Anyway, moving on. I gotta admit though, it does look beautiful. So next, where can you find all these things? So, as you can see here, collector boosters exclusives, which is why these Soul Rings that we just looked at are mythics. We have the Elven Soul Rings, Dwarven, and Human. There'll be 3,000 non-foil, non-serialized, 300 double rainbow serialized for the Elven, 7,000 non-foil serialized for the Dwarves, 700 double rainbow foil serialized for the Dwarves. For Humans, 9,000 non-foil that aren't serialized, and 900 double rainbow that are serialized. Get it? 9 for men, 7 for dwarves, 3 for elves. Get it? Get it? Yeah, you get it. So, and at the bottom here, you'll notice the One Ring, one of one promotional card will only be found in it says an, English language collector booster, while the Rings of Power themed Soul Rings can be found in all languages of collector boosters, but only will these be in collector boosters. So the interesting thing about this is all the serialized cards will only be in collector boosters, not set. I think. I got another thing for that. Let me just make sure we double check that real quick. So here's where you can find all these things. So the main set version of the One Ring is in every pack. For the One Ring alternate art promo version, draft and set boosters, it will not be. There'll be one in every bundle, one in every box, and in some packs inside the gift bundle. They'll be in collector boosters of English and all other languages. So this card is going to see, it's going to be everywhere. The alternate art version will not be in the bundle or draft or set boosters, will only be in the gift bundle and some packs. That's because the gift bundle will have a collector's pack in it. So you can only get this in collectors. And the One Ring can only be found in a gift bundle or collector because the gift bundle will have collector packs in it. So only in collectors, only in collectors. Can be found in a regular bundle, which makes me wonder if this is going to be the actual card or if the bundle will have a collector pack in it. Quandaries. So there's where you can find all those. And as usual, as you've seen before, here it says the Elven, Dwarven, and Human Soul Ring cards can only be found in collector boosters of English, German, and French. So, yeah, so it looks like the only way to get serialized cards are going to be in the collector boosters. And if that's right, I think it's going to really downplay the draft and set boxes way more than Wizards thinks. But we'll have to wait and see, but that's my personal opinion. So, moving on. Next, we have some commander cards from the set. Radagast, the Wizard of the Wilds. We have a blue, green, and 2 for a 3/5 Ward 1. Beast and Birds you control have Ward 1. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, choose one. You can create a 3/3 Beast or a 2/2 Bird with flying. Pretty good for 4 mana, I'm not going to lie. I kind of like it. So, moving on. Also in Commander, we have Sam, the Loyal Attendant. White, green, and 1 for a 2/4. Partners with Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit. We'll have to see what he looks like. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a food token. That's kind of cool. Activate abilities of foods you control. Cost 1 less to activate. Oh, so it only costs 1 to sacrifice a food. Probably not the best thing in the world, but this can combo with a lot of different things that interact with food. So not the worst thing in the world, but then again, probably not the best. Next we have the Party Tree. That's right, we got a reprinting of the Great Henge. And I'm not going to lie, I like it. So for those of you who don't know, the Great Henge is obviously 2 green and 7. It costs X less colorless, equal to the number of the greatest power among creatures you control. You tap it for 2 green and 2 life, and when a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, draw a card. This is a highly expensive card for it to be reprinted in Commanders. Because this is like a $70 card, close to $100, bouncing up and down. If they're going to reprint this into a Commander set, those Commander the Commander precons are probably outrageous. I don't remember how much they are. But if this thing is in there, sweet Lord in the heavens, it's going to be pricey. Or it's going to really drop the price of this thing like a rock. Anyhow, moving on. Next we have the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. 3 colorless. It's the Ensnaring Bridge reprint. That's going to be pretty sweet. Creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can't attack. This is a sweet Ensnaring Bridge. I'm not even lying. The lore of this, I love Lord of the Rings and the cards. I might pick these up just to have them because it's just sweet. And I love these reprints. Next, we also have the Valley of Gorgoroth, which is a Wasteland reprint. Hello. So, yeah, pretty sexy. Nice reprint of a Wasteland. Next we have, it's kind of interesting here. We have the Samwise card. There's the Stout-Hearted card, and then the Golem card and the One Ring. It's going to be interesting. A lot of the cards in the set, as you can see here, can be placed together to make a single picture, which is really, really cool. I like that a lot. I'm glad they finally did something like that. Same thing goes with the lands. They finally are getting their head out of their butts and doing some cool stuff. Not only that, look, you get one piece of art, you get two cards. Saves money. What a concept. Anyway, so this is really cool. The set's really cool. I like what's coming out. I like what I'm seeing. I do think um, if we only have serialized rings, it'll be very interesting if no other cards are serialized. Um, yeah, so I kind of have mixed emotions right now. I want some more to come out before I give you my total talk about it. But as powerful as this card, the One Ring, is going to be, I kind of get the impression it's not going to be a mythic because it's going to be so easy to get, in my personal opinion, because there's so many places you can get it. But we'll have to wait and see. Um, But yeah, so there's all that going on. So without further ado, I hope you enjoyed what we talked about today. Stay tuned for more spoilers, and man, am I just stoked about this set. I'm not stoked about the price, and this may be a set I only buy a couple boxes on. Um, you guys tell me. But anyway, don't forget, subscribe up, try and get to 1,000 peeps. You already have. Thank you very much. If you want to do more, check out the links in the description. And without further ado, till next time, be kind. And as always, hope to see you across from the game table. And don't forget, I'm streaming Diablo 4 this weekend, so if the videos start slowing down, I'm a little busy getting my D on.